There has been a breakthrough in cancer cure. All patients had stage 2 or stage 3 rectal cancer. After 6 months, cancer vanished from all 14 patients, that too without chemotherapy, radiation or surgery.
And this is like a no joke. I am diving into a very current study that I found. I'm breaking it apart so you can understand this. So if you know anybody who has cancer or you're worried about getting cancer, this is the food you're gonna want to avoid.
Did you know your body has the ability to clear out damaged cells and even prevent cancer from growing just by stimulating this natural process? Today, I'll show you how to use the power of autophagy to cure your body while also protecting yourself from cancer.
Is cancer preventable? Can we actually prevent it from happening? Or a prognosis where they gave her 3 months to live and she turned it into 11 years.
We'll cover everything from the foods you eat to lifestyle hacks. Let's get started. All right, let's break down what autophagy is. Autophagy is an incredible natural process in which your cells say, hey, there's no glucose or nutrients coming in right now, so we need to clean the house. It resembles the body's inherent self-cleaning process. When your cells realize they're not getting any fuel, they say, okay, it's time to step up our game. As a result, they remove viruses, germs, and other unwanted elements. Now here's the other fascinating thing. If a cell starts going rogue, maybe it's turning into a cancer cell or a zombie cell that's aging you faster, the body says, you know what? You're weak. You're a liability. We need to get rid of you. And it eliminates those dysfunctional cells. So in a fasting condition, when no nutrients or glucose are available, autophagy kicks in to produce you a better, stronger version of yourself by eliminating weak or damaged cells.
So many people, when they started fasting, they started to watch their body heal. And my brain went to, yeah, because you're taking a break from the horrific food.
It's your body's approach of eliminating the old and regenerating younger, healthier cells. Pretty amazing, right? When you're in a fasted state, your body switches gears as your blood sugar drops low enough to trigger a different energy source. By around 8 hours of fasting, your body is starting to make that switch. But by the time you hit 12 hours, your body really begins producing a good amount of ketones, which are amazing for mental clarity. They turn off your hunger hormone, so once you make that change, you'll realize you're no longer hungry. This occurs at the 12-hour point. At 13 hours, things get even more exciting. Growth hormone starts going up. It's what helps slow down aging and burns fat. For men, there's a massive spike in testosterone, up by 1,300% in just a 15-hour fasting window. Plus, inflammation starts to drop as well. CRP, an inflammatory marker, goes down. In a remarkable study, it was found that women who fasted for only 13 hours per day without making any changes to their food experienced a reduction of 64% in the recurrence of breast cancer following conventional treatment.
And one of the things that I found out was what controls our taste buds is actually the microbes in our gut. And then when you start to go into this microbe area and you're talking about inflammation and immune system, we also have microbes that start to break estrogen down, called the estrobolome. So all of a sudden, like for me, food, all roads point to the microbiome.
Let's have a look at what occurs when you fast for an even longer period of time. The levels of growth hormone continue to rise at a significant rate until 15 hours.
You may not be stimulating autophagy at 15 hours. You're stimulating ketosis. All ketosis is the indication that your body is now burning fat and making ketones as a byproduct. That's beautiful. So those of you that want to lose weight, that 13 to 15 hours is your first ledge to stimulate ketosis so that you burn fat in that moment.
Your physical strength will increase if you continue to abstain from food for 17 hours. Upon realizing that there is no food coming in, it starts repairing the cells in the body. In the first 24 hours, your gut starts to reset, and intestinal stem cells begin to mend the lining of your gut. The stubborn fat in your abdominal region will be burned for energy within the next 36 hours. At the passage of 48 hours, an extraordinary occurrence takes place. Your brain begins to grow new dopamine receptor sites as it gets ready to become compelled to seek for food. And after a period of 72 hours, your immune system will restart and recycle itself. This will occur without the need of any medications or supplements. It will simply be your body carrying out its function in a natural way.
And the reason that we love intermittent fasting and the research is so good, why so many people are jumping on board, is that you have to remember you have two energy systems. One where you pull energy from the foods you eat, and one where you pull energy from the fat you burn. The easiest way to tap into the fat burning energy system is through fasting, specifically intermittent fasting.
If you want to be healthy, should you always fast for 72 hours? No. When it comes to removing potentially rogue cells or cells that have aged, a water fast lasting 3 days twice a year is ideal. In the event that you are struggling with mental health issues such as anxiety or depression, it is beneficial to fast for 48 hours once every 3 months. This will help to improve your mood. People who are having trouble losing weight might think about fasting for 36 hours once a month in order to get things moving in the right direction. Do not overdo it, but a fast lasting 24 hours once a week can also be useful. Every day, the majority of people fast for at least 12 to 17 hours, depending on the stage of their cycle. When you are fasting, it is important to remember to be careful about what you consume. There are a few foods that I typically recommend in order to get the most out of the benefits of fasting. When I break my fast, I enjoy beginning with anything that is high in fat, particularly avocado. When it comes to breakfast, it is one of my go-to foods. It's possible that you're wondering why breaking a fast with fat is such a successful method.
There are some strategic things that we like to encourage people to break their fast with. For example, fat. Fat is a phenomenal way to break a fast.
As a result of the fact that it helps to deactivate the hormone that controls appetite, consuming fat first helps to suppress your immediate hunger. I have a quick piece of advice for you. Have some fat, like avocado, and then wait about an hour before consuming anything else. After that hour, you will observe that the desires that you anticipated will no longer be present.
But it really helps to break it with fat because it'll stabilize your blood sugar, and fat will cause a hormone to be secreted called CCK. CCK goes up into the brain and tells the hunger hormone to shut off.
In my opinion, the easiest way to consume an avocado is to just cut it in half and consume it in its natural state. On the other hand, one of my favorite methods to make it more interesting is to combine it with foods that are rich in probiotics, such as sauerkraut and kimchi, respectively. It is a delicious treat for me to take an avocado and sprinkle some of these probiotics on top of it. You are not only consuming fats that are excellent to your health, but you are also providing your digestive tract with beneficial bacteria, which is essential for both weight loss and overall wellness. Cacao, sometimes known as chocolate, comes next. Now, before you go out and get a Mars bar, let me make it clear that we are discussing cacao that comes from clean sources here. Although the Mars Corporation did perform a study on the effects of chocolate on autophagy, this does not mean that you should consume forms of chocolate that are high in sugar and processed.
Is you want it dark, like 70% chocolate or higher, because it won't be as high on the glycemic index. So let's get a dark chocolate. Oftentimes where I use dark chocolate is at night, like a sweet tooth will kick in.
Look for chocolate that has cacao as its primary ingredient, followed by cacao butter when you are shopping for chocolate. Always go for the darkest chocolate that you can get. The bigger the percentage of cacao, the better chocolate it is. Cacao was administered to liver cells in a study that was published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry in 2009. The researchers discovered that the cacao induced autophagy in the liver cells during the experiment. Therefore, if you are a study nerd like I am, you will enjoy the fact that cacao is not just a delicious treat, but also a food that serves a purpose for your health. Coffee is going to be the next issue that we talk about. A study that was carried out in 2014 and published in the journal Cell Cycle indicated significant increases in autophagy occurred in the liver, muscle tissue, and even the heart between 1 and 4 hours after drinking coffee.
Is that coffee has 24 different polyphenols in them. So think of it like it's, I talk to you guys a lot about how do we eat for diversity so we get more nutrients. Well, just 1 cup of coffee is going to have this vast array of these polyphenols that support great microbial health.
The study was conducted during the time frame of 1 to 4 hours. As a result, I recommend that you check to see if the coffee you are contemplating purchasing is organic and free of mold. Mold and pesticides are 2 examples of substances that might introduce toxins into the environment. These toxins have the potential to undermine the benefits that you are seeking to achieve through autophagy. You are allowed to drink your black coffee during the fasting window, so there is no need for apprehension on the part of those who enjoy drinking coffee.
But this doesn't mean you go to Starbucks and you start drinking Starbucks and all of a sudden now you're in this self-repair. In fact, the opposite happened. But coffee, mold-free, organic, without pesticides, is an autophagy stimulator. So not 10 cups, 1 cup.
In the vast majority of cases, people do not experience any difficulties with it. A blood sugar test, on the other hand, might be performed to assess how it affects you if you want to be completely clear about it. If you want to improve your fasting techniques, you should try some MCT oil because it will help you enter the fat-burning mode more rapidly. This suggests that you should try some MCT oil. When you use cream, it is essential to exercise caution because it has the potential to interfere with your fasting, and a blood sugar test will give you with an accurate reaction to the cream.
So that's really interesting that we can do one habit like that and it can have such an impact on our longevity. And the people that they studied all did different diets, had different genetics, did different types of exercise, and they all got the same result, which is really cool.
Discovering what works best for your body is the most important thing you can do for yourself of all things. The use of green tea is yet another wonderful beverage that contributes to the development of autophagy. That green tea is typically considered to be a nutritious diet is something that the vast majority of us are aware of at this point in time. Taking in an excessive amount of excitement from coffee is something that you should avoid doing, and this is a wonderful alternative to consider. Green tea has been demonstrated to have neuroprotective properties and the ability to induce autophagy in any cell that it comes into contact with, according to a study that was published in the journal Nutrients in 2019. This study was conducted in 2019. To put it another way, this reveals that green tea is a universal autophagy stimulator, which is an extremely impressive finding.
Green tea does it. Bergamot tea does it as well. That is also, you'll find bergamot in Earl Grey tea, so you can do a tea as well.
In addition, let's discuss the many kinds of tea that contain bergamot. The investigation of bergamot oil that was carried out resulted in uncovering some unexpected findings. In a study that was carried out in 2014, it was shown that bergamot oil was able to stimulate autophagy in both experimental mice and human subjects. It is important to note that this was the situation with human neuroblastomas, which are cancers that attack nerve tissue. The results of these experiments indisputably support the assertion that the naturally occurring chemicals in question has the potential to be effective. Let us now transfer our attention to olive oil as our topic of discussion. In the event that it is utilized in the appropriate approach, this culinary staple has the potential to offer major health benefits. However, this is just the case if it is utilized.
Okay, olive oil. We all know olive oil, right? Because the Mediterranean diet was the best diet we're supposed to be on. Olive oil is great. You definitely want it organic, and you want to make sure you don't cook it.
In the beginning, you should make sure that the olive oil you are using is organic and that it has not gone rancid. A simple smell test could reveal a great deal of information about the subject. If your olive oil has a foul stench or if it has been sitting in your cabinet for a prolonged amount of time, you should get rid of it because it will not be of any value to you. However, the fact of the matter is that rancid olive oil has the ability to cause inflammation in the cells, which is the exact opposite of what we want to happen. Keeping in mind that olive oil should never be heated to the point where it begins to smoke is another essential tip to bear in mind. When this happens, it goes through a change that causes it to become an inflammatory fat, and we lose all of the benefits that it brings. Studies have demonstrated that olive oil is beneficial in avoiding the buildup of beta-amyloid and tau proteins, both of which are commonly associated with Alzheimer's disease. Olive oil has been shown to be effective in this regard. In the course of their studies on cancer, researchers have even found good findings, including osteosarcoma that has spread to other sections of the body. What is it that I would suggest? The use of olive oil need to be a consistent component of your routine. You can even drink 1 tablespoon of it during the period that you are supposed to be fasting in order to reap additional benefits from it. Our list of the finest meals to boost autophagy comes to a close with curcumin as the final top item on our list. In turmeric, you will discover a fantastic component known as curcumin. Turmeric contains this component.
The antioxidant component of turmeric is called curcumin. And that curcumin has an extraordinary antioxidant activity that can protect the cells from inflammation and accelerated aging.
There are many different ways that you can include curcumin in your diet, and you can choose from among a number of variations. In the event that you so desire, you are free to season your food with organic turmeric powder. Make sure that you select organic spices for your cooking. You might also purchase the root of the turmeric plant. It is highly recommended that you acquire fresh turmeric from the Whole Foods store that is located in our area.
So we want to make sure that we are having daily, is the way I would look at it, a daily dose of turmeric. But here's what's interesting about turmeric, and hope some of you I know have heard this.
The juice is then blended with green juice to create a potent beverage that is abundant in nutrients. This process is repeated until the desired result is achieved. If I'm being completely honest with you, it has a flavor that is a little bit woodsy, but the advantages to your health make it money well spent. It is also possible to chop it up and add it to stir fries before they are cooked if you want a more concentrated dosage of curcumin. Research conducted by a variety of researchers has demonstrated that curcumin has the capacity to trigger autophagy in pancreatic cells. In point of fact, a study that was carried out in 2019 found that curcumin decreased the transmission of a disease that is spread by ticks. This was accomplished by increasing both apoptosis, which is also known as cell death, and autophagy, which is a process that supports the body in getting rid of damaged cells.
So, that's as simple as using your turmeric spice and just when you're cooking, putting it together with black pepper. There are supplements out there that know this, but what I'm here to teach you is how to use food as medicine.
The combination of black pepper and turmeric leads to an increase in absorption, which in turn makes it simpler for curcumin to enter cells and achieve its intended purpose.
Is that you want to pair it with black pepper, because curcumin, when paired with black pepper, you see an increase, a 2,000% increase in its anti-inflammatory effect.
If you want to improve autophagy over the course of a longer period of time, it is absolutely necessary for you to maintain consistency in your efforts. Your cells will be able to accumulate poisons over time if you do not make an attempt to stimulate autophagy. This will occur if you provide your cells the opportunity to do so. Continue to take a proactive position. Make your cells work for you by include autophagy-enhancing chemicals in your diet, such as curcumin, and continue to take the initiative. We are grateful that you have checked in. You should make sure to click the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you find the information presented here to be helpful, and if you are interested in learning more about how to enhance your health and recovery in a natural way. You'll see me again in the video that comes after this one.